All right, I think we're all set here. Welcome everybody. Happy Monday if you're here live. Happy whatever day it is if you're joining us virtually afterward. All you need today is your mat. If you have a set of light weights, anywhere from like 3 to 8 pounds, grab them, and a chair would be very helpful today. Don't worry if you don't have any props. Take your feet just a little bit wider than your hips. Let's take a deep breath in, arms overhead. Exhale, chin to chest. Let's take a little roll down, and don't worry about going too low. We're gonna start out slow. Inhale, exhale, roll it up. Let your head be heavy until the very end when it stacks over your shoulders. Then inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time, roll it down. And then on your next exhale, push into your heels as you stack your spine. Inhale, arms overhead, and then they come by your side. Now imagine you have a chair behind you. Sit back into your sumo squat. Lift your heart, reach your hips back. Make sure your knees are tracking toward your third-ish toe. Shoulders roll back. We're gonna start with the right arm. We just reach it forward, up and around as you stand, and then sit down. Let's do that with the left arm. Don't worry about the music just yet. It's chilly this morning. Just keep going side to side with your breath. So I want us to ease into this workout. One more time each side. Right arm, up and back, and then sit it back into your squat, up and back, and sit it back. Shoulders down. It will take it to a full tempo squat. We go back, up, back, up. So you may notice I'm saying back, even though we're going up and down. I like to think about my tailbone reaching back, back, and up. Nice. All right, so starting to create some heat in the legs. Let's reach our arms forward. Now, next time you come up, row elbows back. Pull, reach, pull, reach, pull. Beautiful. Find your breath here. If you're out of breath, that's normal. Right now, your body's saying, I'm not sure what's happening, but it will adjust. Reach, pull. Okay, we're gonna keep these rows going, but we're gonna start to pull one arm at a time back. Start with the right arm next time you come up, then left arm, right arm. Now add a little twist as you pull back, but keep your hips shining forward. So can you make the twist come from your rib cage? Breathing. Every time you pull, you might think about activating your lats. Under your armpit, wrapping around your back. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And take it up. We're gonna pivot turn to the right. Your feet are hip distance apart, but you've got your leg closest to me back. We're gonna drop down into a lunge squat here. Reach your arms up, melt your shoulders down, and I want you to pulse down. Down. So your front knee stays over your front ankle, your back heel's lifted. You might even lift it a little more. Let's do 8, 7. Now we're warming up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just straighten your back leg. You're gonna reach your arm, same leg, arm closest to me forward, other arm pulls back. You reverse your arms as you step your front leg in, and then you reach as you step that leg back. Let's do a twist single count. It's in, back, in. So you're sort of rowing opposite arms. You're trying to keep your hips level here. So I'm really grounding into my standing leg. Let's take it to a knee. It goes knee, step back. Now I will tell you, especially lately, my balance is up and down. So if this is not a great balance day for you, you can keep that foot on the floor and just step it in. For 4, 3, and then we're gonna stay here and try this double time because we need to warm up. Here we go, let's go. In, in. For 4, 3, 2, 1, step it out. Let's find our wide plie now. That means your shoulders stay over your hips, knees track towards your toes. Plie, lift, down, lift. Let's take our arms out to a little V. Pull reach, pull. So activating lats here too, but we're getting the biceps involved. And then with the reach, we're actually getting the triceps involved. So working the arms a little bit, getting them warmed up for what's to come. Pull. Breathing. Those step-ins on the other side definitely got my heart rate up. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the other side in a minute. 2. Now hold it here. Little pulse, down, down. Let's start to reach the arms back out. Pulse, and just hold your arms. So I can see my hands in my peripheral vision. For 4, 3, hold in 2, hold 1. Lift your right heel, down, left heel, down. Let's add a little bicep curl. It's curl, reach, curl, reach, curl. Now, anytime I cue you to lift the heels, that is up to you. Totally optional. You know you're gonna get the work either way. Last one here. And let's take it up, pivot turn. Find your lunge squat on this side. Remember, feet hip distance apart, front knee over ankle, hips squared forward. Arms come up, shoulders melt, let's just pulse. Now see what happens if you push into your front heel here. Down. Just 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten your back leg. Front arm stays right where it is, meaning arm closest to me. Back arm pulls back. Let's start slow. We step in, back, back. Evenly weighted. Well, actually, your weight is in your back foot. What I meant to say is hips are nice and level. Okay, let's take it to a knee. It's knee, knee. For 6. So I'm definitely a little more wobbly on this side, so I'm not gonna try to look at you as much. 3, 2, let's do those 8 fast ones. Here we go. In. I lost my arms there. And take it up. Turn toward me. I want you to take your feet pretty wide. Point your toes forward. Reach your arms in front of you, but then sweep them back. So it's like you've got a cape here. Maybe you clasp. Go ahead and roll your shoulders back. Let your heart open a little. Exhale, hinge forward. Reach your tailbone back. Bend your right knee a little bit. And then straighten. Bend your left knee a little and straighten. Now bend your right knee. Let yourself twist a little bit and straighten. I think I forgot to reverse my right and left there, but if you're watching me, know that you can mirror me. And come back to center. Go ahead and bend your knees, roll it up. You can release your hands here. Take them in front of you. Push out, round your back. So it looks like this from the side. I'm trying to scoop out a little bit here so I can open up the back in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. Okay, so I think we're pretty warm. Don't worry, we got planks and all kinds of good stuff coming later. Right now, if you're using weights, grab them. If you're not, imagine you have weights. You're resisting against the air. Your feet are right under your hip points. Sit back into your chair squat. So I see 2 11s when I look down at my feet, and I'm reaching my hips back. Long line from my tailbone to the crown of my head. Shoulders relax. As we stand, we bicep curl, sit and reach. So I'm going to turn to the side for a minute. You can keep facing me. I just want you to see this line. And I'm keeping the length from my tailbone through the crown of my head. I'm not worried so much about how high my arms are going, but rather, can I get them straight? It's biceps, triceps. Let's add a knee lift. Right knee and sit. Left knee. So I hope you all are able to see this on your end. I'm getting those signals from Zoom that my internet connection is having a little trouble. I'm gonna keep going. Hopefully it'll catch up. Up, back, up, back. For 3, 2, actually let's do 2 more here. I wanna make sure we end on the left foot and take it back. Just hold here. Arms lift up, 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 up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come up just a little bit. You're still in your squat. You're still reaching your hips back, but it's not quite as deep. You're gonna point your right foot forward, and you're gonna bring your weights forward, maybe a little bit lower than your shoulders. Imagine you have a clock around you. You're tapping at 12 o'clock, then you tap at 3 o'clock, arms follow. Then you tap at about 4 o'clock, arms come back down by your hips. You tap it to 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock, and 3 o'clock and back. Let's go tempo. Side, front, good. So I'm in a little bit of a hinge here. Still thinking about reaching my tailbone back. My left leg is working really hard to stabilize. And I'm moving my right leg from the femur. And of course, the back of your shoulders are starting to talk to you. That's why we're in this little hinge. Keep going. Let's do one more set all the way through. Side, front, side, back, and take it up. Let's go right back to those squats. It's back, up. Bicep curl when you come up. Reach back, up, back. Let's add the knee lift. This time left leg first. Sit it back, stand tall. So when you stand, when you come up, you might think about pushing through the heel even more. That's where you're rebounding from. 3 more, 2 more, last one. Now sit it back, little lift with the arm, just like before. It's getting a little bonus back of the arm, upper backward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up just a little in the legs. Keep your tailbone reaching back. Keep your heart lifted. This time you reach your left arm forward. Arms come forward. We'll do a few slow. Take it out. Take it back to a back angle. Take it out. So you'll notice my hips are still shining forward. Take it back. Take it out. Let's go tempo. Front, side, back angle, side. This is great work for the upper back, back to the shoulders. And then we're getting some hip mobility and stability in the standing leg. We're going to catch the new beat. Side, front, back. One more all the way through. Good. And then go ahead and stand it up. Take your feet wide. Find your wide plie. Sink your shoulders over your hips, knees track towards your toes. Lift your arms up under your shoulders, just to about shoulder height. And then as you stand, hands come to your hips. Let's go tempo. Plie, plie. Breathing through it. So before we were really getting at the back of the shoulders, now you're gonna feel the tops of the shoulders. If this is too much, you can always do this with bent arms. Sometimes I choose that option, especially if it's feeling just kind of not so great in my neck. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet come in, heel toe in just a little more. Back to that sumo squat position. We practiced it in our warm-up. Hips back, lift your heart. Hips back a little more. This time we hug a beach ball in front of us. As we stand, we pull elbows in. It's hug, pull, sit it back. Now with that pull, remember we were talking about the lats before? Under the armpits, wrapping around the ribs. Think about that as you pull. If you put your brain there, you might get more out of this. Hug, pull. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3 we hold, 2, hold your squat. If you have weights, just bring them to your hips, roll your shoulders back. Come a little deeper in your squat. We're just gonna do alternate heel lift. Right heel lifts, lowers, left, right. Little faster. It's right, left. Okay, so I'm trying to keep my hips level stable. Getting some really good ankle work here. And every time I lift, of course, the heel that's stabilizing is getting a little more work in that leg. 6, 5, 4, in 3, we just hold. Hold your squat. You go a teeny bit deeper. Now try hovering both heels. You're pressing into both sides of the ball of your foot. For 8, 7, can you come deeper? Can you come deeper? Maybe not, that's okay. Do what feels right for you today. 2, 1, take it up. Woo! We're gonna roll down, set our weights down. Chin to chest, take it slow. Let this be a little stretch for your legs and also for your back. Set your weights down, we're actually done with them. You bring your hands to shins or to the floor. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe shake it no, and then nod it yes. Tell yourself you're ready to take it to the chair, bend your knees, roll it up, nice and slow. Inhale, arms overhead, and exhale. All right, time to go to the bar, AKA the chair, for our virtual classes. I mean, maybe some of you have a bar at home. I do not, so I use my chair. Okay, so bring your chair in. I had to get mine a little stable here. Do what you need to do to make sure it's secure. We're gonna start with some classic bar plies. So I want you to begin with your feet and heels, toes and heels touching together. And then think about opening from your hips as you rock your weight into your heels and come to a narrow V. It's only as far as you can open from the hips. And think about activating all the way underneath, front to back. Not that you have glutes in the front, but I think you know what I mean. Now from here, you can bring your arm to a nice curved vertebra on the front and sink down to your plie. Peek down, make sure your knees are tracking towards your toes. Shoulders stay over hips. Hover your heels if you like, if that feels good. Push them together, take it 1 inch, down, up, up. So we're gonna work some small range of motion here. Bring on some sizzle, and then we'll move bigger. Now, every time you find that little lift, can you push your heels together a little more? Notice how that activates the back of your legs. Goes right up into the glutes. It's a nice bonus. 3 more. And 2, we pulse down. Here we go, pulse down for 8, 7. Shoulders stay relaxed. 4, 3. We're gonna keep pulsing, but just change the direction up, up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Give me 1 more inch. Maybe 1 more. Let it shake. If you're shaking, that's bar. And then go ahead and stand it up. Keep your inside foot right where it is. Your right leg stays. Your left leg points to the front. You've still got that little turnout going on. You're gonna ground through your standing leg. Keep that vertebra on the front. We're just gonna lift the toe up, down, up. This is a small kick because I want you standing tall and stable in your torso. So it's very controlled, not super big. And because we have that little turnout going on, you're probably gonna feel it a little bit more on the inner thigh. At least that's what we're going for. 2, now hold the leg up. You take a little, bend, reach. So when you bend, because you've got that turnout, your knee's gonna go out to the side a little bit. Bend, reach, bend. Good, on the next one, hold your bend. Hold your bend, little tiny lift, up, up. Still standing tall. So your hips might be talking to you, your inner thighs for sure. This is called a front attitude in ballet. And that's what we're working. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That foot comes down. Your inside foot still doesn't change. Your outside leg goes back out to that back angle position. position that we practiced before, but your hips are still shining forward. You're gonna hinge forward a little. Arm can come to a little lower vertebra. Little lift and tap. So just like before, it's a small kick, very controlled. And I want your torso to be stable. So you're gonna feel the side of your butt kind of start to heat up here, if it wasn't already. Up. And that's the goal here. So rather than thinking, how high can I get my leg? You might think, how long can I get it? Up and up. For 4, 3, and 2, we hold. Okay, hold it up, same as before. Little bend, extend, extend. Okay, so when you do that extension, that's where you really feel it, that you're working the length more than the height. I mean, if you want to go higher, that's cool, but I don't want you to compromise the stability of your torso. 3, 2, 1. Now bring it back into your back bend or your attitude, not a back bend, bend of the knee. Little lift right here. This is small. And depending on the mobility of your hips, it may be barely visible like mine. It's not gonna go that high for me, but that's okay because I feel my gluteus medius, my glutes working. Up, up, up. Let's do 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up. Give it a little wiggle. We're not quite done here. Take your feet parallel now. You might even step forward a little if you have stuff behind me like I do. Your right leg is going to stay here parallel. You're going to step your left leg back to that lunge squat that we practiced in our warm-up, okay? So knee over ankle in the front, knee under hip or even a little bit farther back, whatever feels good to your knee. And you'll see I've got my feet hip distance apart. Now make sure your left hip isn't popping back. Bring it forward. Arm can come up. We're just gonna stand and lunge. Stand, squat. You could call it a squat. You could call it a plie. I mean, in ballet, plie is really just the bend of the knees. That's all it is. I want you to think about keeping your knee behind your front toes. So more or less over to ankle as you lunge. You might think about pushing into your front heel. Let's do 4. I've got a really light touch on my chair. Now hold it down, find that pulse. Down. You decide how low. But think about all those alignment cues. Maybe you lift your front heel. So we're in a little releve in the front now. You're trying to think about weighting yourself in the front and in the back. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3 we hold. 2, 1. Okay, front heel comes down if it was lifted. Now we do 3 pulses, and then we hinge forward, lift the back leg. You can watch one if you want. So it's 3, 2, 1, lift. 3, 2, 1, lift. Now that we got that going, you can think about the arms sweeping up and then sweeping back. 3, 2, 1, lift. 4 more sets of this combination. 3, 2, 1. And hey, if you want to take a balance challenge, go for it. Always make these workouts your own. On Mondays, I kind of like the chair. I'm going to be honest, I need a little support. I think we have 2 more. Of course I lost count because I started chit-chatting. This is it. Hinge it forward. Hold it here. Level out your hips. Reach the crown of the head and the toe away from each other. This glute is really working now. Draw a tiny circle. 8. Doesn't matter what direction. 5, 4, 3, 2. Reverse your circle. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and just hold. Now let's all try the balance challenge. Reach your outside arm. Reach your inside arm. I'm working for it. 3, 2, and take it up. Okay, I think we need a little stretch. Cross the inside leg over your outside, above the outside knee. Sit it back. Whew. Yes. That's like sweet relief. Let's do the other side while we're here. Quick release. Take the bar work to side 2, and then we'll get down to some abs. All right, so go ahead and switch your chair. Same series with one little alteration. We do our pliés in parallel position this time. So your feet are aligned with the sides of your mat, right under your hip points. Sink down to your plié first. Then see if you'd like to hover the heels. You're just like an inch or so off the floor. It doesn't have to be super high. 1 inch down, 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 up, down, up. So we're keeping it small for our pliés today. Okay, so you already know. I don't have to tell you. Your legs are working. Where can you find ease? Maybe this hand on the chair, maybe your shoulders, maybe you're facing your jaw. Okay, let's take it to those pulses down. Pulse down. Remember, for your plie, your shoulders stay over your hips, over your heels, like you're sliding your back up and down a wall. 4, 3, just change the direction. Here we go. Up, up, up. I know, my legs are shaking too. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4 we hold, 2, hold it here, sink it down. Now if you want to take the balance challenge for this hold, go for it. Like I said, I'm kind of grateful for this chair today. For 3, 2, 1, take it up. Now click your heels together, find that turnout. So we want to do the legs, the little kicks and attitudes the same way we did it on side 1. So toe goes forward, you've got that turnout here. You're standing tall as you lift, tap, lift. So we're doing a lot of small isolating movements in today's class. Sometimes we go with big movements. Sometimes we go with these smaller ones. I think it's great to do both. Hold the leg up on the next one. Let's bend, reach, reach, reach. For 3, 2, 1. Now find the bend, little lift, up, up. Now if you're imagining that we're not doing quite as many in front as we do to the back, you're right. Because we're all sitting a lot, we walk forward a lot, you know, we just need a little extra for the back of the body. 2, 1, take it down. Let's go ahead and extend the leg back now. It's a back angle. So here we are on our clock. You're gonna be at like, what is that, 4 o'clock for you. Hinge forward a little, lift. You can find that low port de bras with your arm if you'd like. And really whatever feels good to you for the arm. Up, lift. And again, remember we're isolating. So I'm trying to keep nice and stable in my back, in my torso. 4 more. 3, 2, hold it up. Here's where we bend and reach, bend, reach. Find the length. Just notice as you extend more, as you think about reaching your toes even farther, what does that do for your butt? Just notice. 4 more. 3, light touch on your chair. Good, hold it here, bend the knee, little attitude lift, up, up. It's small, it's so subtle. We're still keeping the back and the torso stable. And I know your standing leg is working incredibly hard. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and take it up. Give it a little wiggle. Maybe step forward if you've got something behind you. Feet are parallel again. Step it back to your lunge squat. Knee over ankle, knee back, hips distance, hips forward. Let's take the arm up. We take it all the way down, up. So first we're gonna work some full range. 3, kind of feels good after those little holds. Next one, we hold it down, pulse, down. Good. If you'd like, find the releve in the front. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Heel comes down, we find that little combo, 3 pulses and a hinge. 3, 2, 1, take it forward. Forward. New beat. 3, take it forward. 3, 2, 1, hinge. 3, 2, 1, hinge. 4 more sets. You are welcome again to do this with, using the balance challenge. That works. I think that was 4, but let's just do 1 more just in case, because again, it happens every time. I started chit-chatting. Hold it forward. Hold it here. Reach your leg long behind you. See if you can level out your hips. And then draw a little circle for 8. Don't worry about the direction. We're just going to do one then the other. 4, 3, 2, reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4 we hold. 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Balance challenge. Outside arm, inside arm. Push through your heel. And then use the tripod of the ball of your foot. Find that balance. 1 more deep breath. And then go ahead and lift it up. Okay, let's take that same stretch on the other side, our standing figure 4. Ankle over knee, sit it back. Whew. Go ahead and lift it up. Sit it back. And lift it up. All right, turn your chair around. We're gonna use that in a minute, but not quite yet. But just have it there ready, okay? So take a step back from your chair so you have room to get into your plank behind you, okay? Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, chin to chest, roll it down. Hands come down under your shoulders. Step 1 foot back. Step the other foot back. Once you get here, maybe you decide that knees down is better for you today. Maybe you decide that forearms is better for you today. So that would be elbows under shoulders. You, of course, have the option to find a full plank here. So hands under shoulders. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your heart. Energy through your heels. Energy through the crown of your head. Now we'll start to layer on from here. Take a break at any time. You're gonna take the leg closest to me. Bend it to the wrist farthest from me, and then step it back. Bring it in, little twist, step it back, a little faster. In, step, in, step. Exhale. 4 more. 3, 2. Let's go right to the other leg for 8, 7. Exhale. 5. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. Hold your plank. 4. Lengthen. 2, 1. Drop your knees. Take them wide. Sit it back. Take your time getting there. Let this be a big, big stretch. Once you get there, I want you to inhale. Breathe into your back. Walk your arms over toward me. And then reach your opposite hip back away from you. Deep breath in. And then let's go to the other side. Sit it back. And then come center. Okay, let's walk our hands up. Got a little bit of ab work. Hopefully I can squeeze in a little bit of glute work. Once again, I thought I planned a class that was going to be like 45 minutes to the dot. You know how it goes. I've always got so much planned. So we're going to lay down on the floor. I want your heels and even maybe the arches of your feet just resting on the chair to start. Your knees are maybe above your hips, maybe even a little bit further back. Don't overthink this part. Keep it comfortable. Find your neutral spine. You're not arching, you're not tucking. You're kind of like respecting that natural slight curve in your lower back. Turn on your lower abs. That's like you can imagine you're narrowing your hip points, okay? That's how we keep that neutral spine. Now take your hands behind your head. Let your head be really heavy here. We're gonna find a little crunch so I can see my elbows. You can bring them in a little bit, peripheral vision. Exhale, lift from your chest. Take it down. Exhale, lift. Take it back. Imagine you're pushing something away with your back ribs every time you crunch up. Exhale. Take it back. Head is heavy. Let the work come from the abdominals. Exhale. Exhale. A little faster. We take it down. Exhale. Okay, I think you probably know what's coming. We're going to add a little twist. Back shoulder to front knee. Front shoulder to back knee. Back. Twist as you lift. So I love thinking like armpit to knee or rib cage to knee. That really helps me get more into the abs and less into like shoulders, elbows. Your elbow will follow, but it's coming from that twist in the rib cage. Exhale. One more each direction. Hips stay nice and heavy. And let's go ahead and lower it down. Hands can come by your side for a minute. Okay, so from here, keeping that neutral pelvis, you're gonna keep the bend in your knee as you lift one toe up, tap it down, toe up, tap it down. Now this is what you're gonna come back to if you need a break. We're gonna get a little fancy here. Okay, so hands come back behind your head. And that's just an option. You're gonna find that curl and you're gonna hold on to your curl. Again, you can focus on just the upper body portion of this or just the lower body. Try extending the leg long, long. And I'm still lifting from my chest. And see, I just found like another inch pushing away with my back ribs. Now you have the option, as one leg goes up, the other leg goes under your chair. And you just bend in the middle. Reach. Reach. Keep it going. Keep lifting from the chest. Now, option to try both legs extending over and then under. Now listen to your back. If your back doesn't like that, go back to one of the other variations. We reach and reach and reach and reach. Yeah, I'm looking at the clock. I see it's just about time to stretch. And reach. So you can always go to alternating. Do what feels right for you. Let's do 4, 3, 2, last one. Hug your knees in. Rock side to side. Deep breath in. Go ahead and take your feet wide on your mat. If you want to push your chair away, if you can do that without knocking it over, go for it. Give yourself a little space here to stretch out. Feet wide, knees bent, arms to the side. Rock your knees toward me. Push into your back heel and press your hip up. Get a nice release here in the hip flexor. And then release. Take it to the other side. Press into the foot that's closest to me and lift your hip up. One more time each side. Breathing through this. Walk your feet in a little bit closer. Extend the leg closest to me. If you're same direction as me, it's going to be your right leg, I think. Grab on somewhere behind, either the thigh or the calf or the toe or the foot or whatever. If you want to extend your back leg long, go for it. Let's flex the foot and point and flex and point and flex and point. And then just come to a natural position. Now the arm closest to me, just give your thigh kind of a little bit of support here. Take your back arm, reach it out long next to you like a T, and open your leg. So you're supporting your leg. I want you to try to keep your back hip planted on the mat. So I know you can't see mine, but I'm imagining that it's rooted to the ground here, which means my leg won't open quite as far. So go to the place that feels right for you and you get a good inner thigh stretch. Remember we did all those front attitudes? Deep breath in here. And then on your next exhale, start to bring it up. And just take your back hand now, place it to the outside of the calf. Your other hand comes out to the side. Same rules apply. You might even take your thumb to your front, or the hip crease close to me. Draw it away from you. So you're kind of pushing it away from your armpit. And then you're keeping it rooted as you take the leg across. This is where mine stops. That means I'm getting more of a stretch on the outside of the leg, which is kind of the intention here. Deep breath in. And then exhale, bring it back to center. Foot comes down to the mat. We'll switch sides, do that whole thing to the other side. All right, so you can have that front leg long or bent. Hold on wherever it feels right to you. Flex, point, and flex. Each time you might find a little more range of motion. Not pushing, just exploring. Hold it here. And then go ahead and just let that flex relax a little bit. Find that hug of the thigh. Front arm comes out to a T. Open up. And now you can see how I'm actually working to keep this hip rooted. Because what my body wants to do is just do that. But that's not really giving me the leg stretch I'm going for. Once you find your sweet spot, hold it there for a breath. And then bring it back up. That front arm comes to the outside of the leg. You might take the thumb to the hip crease again. Just draw it away towards your chair or the end of your mat, and then come across. Breathe into it. And exhale. Bring it back center. Both feet come down to the mat. I can see we're at time. I've got a couple more stretches for us here. If you can hang around, please do. If you need to run, do whatever stretches you need to do. And thank you for joining. Find an easy, comfortable seat for you. That might be feet forward. That might be bent knees like this, like me. Let's sit up really tall, pushing into your sits bones. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, right arm comes down. Tent your fingers on the floor. Now reach up with your left arm. And then reach over, keeping that length. You can even walk your fingers out if you want. And then let's rotate forward. So the chest comes toward the knee. We're going to sweep that arm across the body. Take it to the other side. Find that reach, find that length. Don't miss it. And realign your shoulders and come up to center. Let's do that to the other direction. We're moving nice and slow here. I like to pull my opposite hip away as I find the lean. Then I rotate. Arms come forward. And take it up. We're going to do one more each direction. If you're sitting cross-legged like me, just switch which leg is in front. Arms overhead. This time we'll start over to the left. So left arm comes down, reach up and over. Pull your right hip away. Rotate. Sweep it forward. Keep reaching as you sweep. Nice stretch for the torso. And take it over to the other direction. We sweep it back around. And one big deep breath in here all together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, push the air away. Set aside whatever you don't want to think about. Just leave it here. Leave it on the mat. See if you can grow a little bit taller, a little bit stronger. Inhale. And exhale. Let your shoulders relax here. Let yourself ground into the floor. We're done. Good job, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to come in and say hi to those who can hang around for a moment. And have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week. Here I come, walking in on my knees.